How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review and a little bit more mystery beer time. Yet another mystery beer from the average troll, your average Joe, from up there in Buffalo, New York. So thank you very much, Joe, for sending these off. For those who don't know, I do a bunch of mystery beers. At this point, I'm just chugging a bunch of beers. I have no idea what they are from various portions all over the country. And this is the newest one. I'm going to throw it in. So yeah, as far as what we're doing here, basically all wrapped, no idea what the beer is. Joe is kind enough to write a little bit of stuff on the front, a little key in the back. I missed a couple of these, kind of forgot about them, which kind of makes me feel a little bit bad, but not really. So yeah, so let's do this. Let's dive in and see what she has to offer. On this, it actually says, you better guess this one correctly. And correctly is very prominent in there. It's a very challenge beer up top and says, I don't know why I'm quoting myself. I don't know why either. So yeah, no idea. I actually do have an idea what this is. I do have an idea. Based off of the shape of the bottle, based off of him being so violent about what this could be. But who knows? So yeah, labeling's pretty cool, but everything's kind of covered up here, so let's see what she's got. I kind of have to open this one with a little bit of gentleness, I guess you'd say, because, well, I need a bottle opener to do that. Here's one right over here. Got to take my bottle opener over to a thing. I can't look at the cap on this one. It was wrapped. Zero hiss on that. Okay, throw it off to the side. Give it a pour. See what she's got. Okay. Throw her in there pretty hardcore. Really kind of vibrant carbonation to start off. Seems to be dissipating pretty quick. Just off white head. Kind of tint to orange to the head as there is in the actual body itself. Finger and a half. Infinitely uniform and compact bubbles to it. Creaminess beyond, kind of pillowy like. And it's got a nice, like I said, orangey haze to it. Subtle. I shouldn't say haziness. Very subtle opaqueness to it. And a little bit of snow globy kind of carbonation going on there. Very mesmerizing looking. You know, very slow, very sleepy like. Yeah. So, what does she look like based off that? I have no idea. She could be an old school double IPA. She could be an English old ale. I don't know, actually. I don't know. So, let's see. But I better guess it fucking correctly, apparently. So let's see if I can get a nose on her. Oranges. Orange sweetness, orange pithiness. Orange. All about the orange in this one. Yeah. Just vibrant orange. It's very two-hearted. Very two-hearted and nose. Absolutely. A sweet maltiness to it. Kind of a generic maltiness. Orange abounds. Orange out the ass. From the sweetness to the pithiness, the whole nine. A little bit of bittering there. Nondescript bittering. That's pretty much it. So, see what it tastes like. Cheers. Yeah. Nice juiciness, nice fruitiness to it. Nothing too crazy. I think, here's the thing. I really want to call this Two-Hearted. I think this might be Chill Wave. Or Two-Hearted. It's one or the other. Only reason I say that is because back a couple years ago, I really loved some Chill Wave. This kind of has those vibes on it with a little bit more honey going on. But the bittering is a little bit bigger. But I know that came with the newer iterations of Chill Wave. So it's either Two-Hearted or it's Chill Wave. It's one of those two. That's it. There you go. That's what this beer is. Two-Hearted or Chill Wave. I say it's Chill Wave, actually. That's probably Two-Hearted. I can be totally wrong on this. I'm just saying, fuck it. It's one of those two beers. I'm just diving into it. Ah! Suck it, motherfucker. Ah! So, yeah, I guessed correctly. Kind of. In the point to where I kind of said it might have been two different beers. But, yeah, actually, the funny thing is, it's not anything close to the beer I thought it would be based off of the I get no descriptors on it too. I'm like, yeah, it's a little fruity, it's a little juicy. This is fucking chill wave. I haven't had one of these actually in a year or so. I believe these come out now. Let's see when this actually is from, and I'll probably say it on Joe's little key here. 2 years ago, which would be 3 releases ago, I believe, because I think this comes out right now, unless this is last year's version. Yeah, bottled on 2/4/17, so it's brand new. So this is 3 releases ago. This is one of my favorite beers going. I could drink it all day. It would hit me on those honey notes, with that nice kind of juiciness going on. The double IPA portion of the show, kind of just, it was a little bit higher ABV than I wanted to be, being that it was 9%. But it just did it for me. The next year it came a lot more bittering than the year before. The one was more kind of juicy honey with a bit of bittering. This one's the one that I would say the middle release, last year's release, 2016's release was, it had a heaping helping of bittering. Too much bittering for me. This one, not nearly as bad, but at the same time, it still doesn't have that kind of honey, sweet, malty juiciness that the other ones have. Now, here's the thing. I kind of started drinking those chill weaves, because it's a hair extension. Chill waves a little bit later in its life cycle, when I was having the ones that were really turning me on. So maybe it was more I let the bitterness fall off on those. Last year's didn't really do it for me, so I didn't drink that many. So I would say probably around this time, late February, early March, 2016 was the last time I had one of these. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself just to fucking guess it. You know what I mean? Based off of how he had it wrapped up, he had the cap wrapped up, because I think it just has Great Lakes on the top, probably. Yeah, Great Lakes. And he had the neck wrapped up, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of held it up to the light, because I was like, I don't want anything dark right now, and I held up. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit lighter. And then he said, you better guess this one correctly. I automatically, instinctively went to fucking JW Lee's. JW Lee's, I was like, this is going to be a fucking JW Lee's. And I'm like, I'm kind of in the mood for a fucking JW Lee's. So I was like, fuck it, let's go it. And I'm like, okay, I kind of mentally prepared myself for some JW Lee's. Because I was like, he was so adamant. The correctly is so written, so harsh, and so aggressive like that I thought, that's the beer he'd throw at me. So the second I actually smelt it, I was like, okay, very, very big Two Hearted vibes of that kind of orange, in that sweet and bittering kind of orange. But then once I tasted and I got kind of those honey malt in there, I was like, okay, this is probably chill wave, which is pretty cool. As far as what the whole note says, it says, I know this has been one of your favorite double IPAs a few years now, so I'm hoping you can pick it out. It's also pretty damn fresh. Probably one of the reviews I'm looking forward to the most. Which sucks, because it was probably one of my shortest ones. Might be the longest one talking-wise, but one of the shortest ones where I actually just kind of didn't say much and just kind of picked it out. But the fact that I actually picked it out, I'm not going to lie, I kind of dig it. I kind of dig the fact that I fucking picked it out. Out of all the beers in the world, especially since I haven't had it, and in a year, not gonna lie, kind of think that didn't suck. So let's talk about it. That orange is way bigger than what I remember it being, especially from the ones that really turned me on. Like I said, last year's batches were a bit more bittering, which makes sense kind of with the orange, kind of sweet candiness and the pithiness. The malt, honey malt, is still, I would say, actually more present than it was last year, but not the one that really turned me on. And the mouth feels nice, nothing too crazy. And it's just still a really good beer. The bittering is a little bit too much for me. Not necessarily bittering, but the hop bitterness. I guess you would just say that would be bittering. You get bittering from malt too. But anyway, I just wish it was a little bit drawn back, almost like the sweetness drawn back. Just bring out a little bit more of that kind of fruitiness from the hops, as opposed to the bitterness, and then bring back that sweetness in the malt. Almost seems like they had to have tweaked it, or they got different hop batches. I don't know, but it does drink different than when I originally had it, and I'm pretty sure it looks pretty damn different too. I believe it had a little bit more of a haze to it. It might have been a little bit more vibrant in color, but it's still a pretty damn nice beer. And especially if you're new, kind of old school meet new school, that's kind of where this beer lies. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs that I've had as of late? No. There's just so many good ones out there that just tickle my fancy more than this now. But as far as value and availability, you're finding this on the shelves wherever you fucking turn in my area for around $13 a 4-pack. To me, the combination of availability and the quality, that doesn't suck that much at all. He has it here at $11 a 4-pack in his area. New York does skew quite a bit cheaper when it comes to beers, but you also have to pay tax. So it evens out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, just from that aspect alone, it's nice. I just wish it was kind of like the older one. And label-wise, did I review the new label? I don't think I did review the new label on the new one. I actually dig the new label. It's a little bit more watercolor, and the departure from their old style, and they kind of rebranded pretty much all their beers a while ago. So I have to look back. I don't think I reviewed last year's at all. And if I did, then I recorded and didn't post it, or I posted and didn't remember, because that shit happens. But, yeah. Cool label, and just say if you like, well, we like this. Pretty much what I said earlier, which is, if you want the old school to be the new school, just ticking a little bit more in the new school direction, or maybe with this bittering, maybe a little bit in the old school, but it's kind of a marriage of the old and the new. And, from how well it's made to availability, the whole nine, it's just a fun fucking beer. Let's put it that way. And it would be cool if a lot of people are like, clamoring around all these new double IPAs and hazy IPAs. And, I'm one of them. I, really do tip my fancy now what they've done with new hops. But it's nice to go back and see kind of old hat, if you want to call this old hat, kind of do its thing and kind of hold itself up, I guess you would say, with the new school guys, which I think it does in a pretty nice fashion. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our mystery beer review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice mystery beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.